Welcome to the Mischief. I'm Vallen, and this is SevTech Ages, as before. So, I've been very busy, very busy. In fact, I've got a little bit to show you guys. If you notice here, I have the aqueduct actually splitting off. It's going into the rock face. Where it's actually going is to an area that I started digging. I have not dug it out completely yet because it's going to take me some time to do so, but I have started it nonetheless. And it directly plays into what we're doing today, and that is pretty much going into the deep dark, as you saw, or the beneath. Excuse me, not the deep dark. But if you notice, yeah, I've cut this area back here, where the blood altar is going to be. It's not actually down here. I started measuring, and I dug all the way back there, and then I realized that it's actually going to run right into the farming area that I have. So I had to move it back. So this is going to be the center area. And I also miscalculated on the previous episode. I was wrong. I was talking about a tier 5 altar taking up 17 by 17. This is actually, tier 6 is going to take up 23 by 23, which is a bit bigger. And then, of course, I've got like an incense area set up, which a lot of people start off with incense altars. My apologies. I kind of old schooled it there, just kind of pricking my finger and just waiting. But it wasn't that painful, I hope, for too many people. Now, I do have a bunch of potatoes, carrots, beetroots, and wheat growing on these blocks. I just made these up, and I've got the aqueducts coming in on the back, if you notice. Hopefully, this water counts as well, because water also will donate to an incense bonus. I basically just started here, and once I measured everything, and then I measured this area, which a full-size incense room area is actually going to be, I believe, 21 by 21. And so I kind of measured that out so that it would not quite interfere with the maximum size blood altar. Who knows how big it's actually going to get. But for this, yeah, I just started digging this way knowing that the aqueduct was over there and it ran smack into it. So then I was like, all right, well, I just need the water to run into these because these empty areas are actually going to be some wooden tile. And the center area here can be pretty much anything you want, as far as I'm aware. I could be mistaken on that. Maybe it has to be, something more specific like stone or whatever. But yeah, it's there. And on top of that, I was also mistaken on the corners of the blood altar. The corners of these runes, they actually don't function. So like this speed rune does not actually give any kind of benefit. The rune of self-sacrifice does. So why I don't know why. I mean, why bother even putting blank runes or putting runes down in the first place if they're not going to work? Whatever. It's the way that the mod maker wanted to have it. So I've got stuff planned. Let's take a look at the list. Now, if you look here, we've done a lot of stuff. Yes, the beneath. But I was thinking, I made a stack of torches, which actually I've got some plants I need to drop off here. There we go. And in fact, I need to put my little trumpet here away. And if you notice, I'm already down to 26 torches. That's just for me lighting up this area that I was digging out, which is just a bunch of tunnels, really. And I was thinking, I need to make a whole lot of these. It's going to be ridiculous with the number of torches I'm going to need to make. So instead, I've come up with an alternate solution, which is using some of the resources we have at hand that should give me a whole lot of torches. In fact, torches that I can throw. And I don't mean throwable torches. But yes, I did leave the oven running last time, the cauldron. I put in 3 zombie flesh and out comes glue, which can be used for many different things. In fact, some of the things we're probably going to need to be making, one of which is the wild dog pelt boots. But I have yet to actually get any wild dog pelts. I don't see the wild dogs in the biomes that I'm near that often. Maybe out by that jungle where I found the parrot, yes, but here, not so much. So, my plan here is to actually use a bit of blood magic to get things lit up for the beneath. So if you look up blood magic here, I started typing in @blood, and it should bring up the mod name by that. And you'll find out some of the things that are available. Yes, a dagger of sacrifice is in here. We could easily get that once you find some ores in the beneath. And this is going to allow you to stab a nearby enemy that is close to your blood altar and sacrifice them for blood instead of your own, which is great. But yeah, I don't want mobs in my base, so I'm pretty much going the self-sacrifice route, in this case at least. And I'm going to try and work it out that way. I might change my mind later on, but we'll see. But it's the sigils are what we're going to go for. Yes, the divination sigil, which I should have made some time ago. Ash and a blank slate. I've got these items. I'm going to run over here and actually make this real quick. Let's see, I've got a blank slate here. and I've got some ash in my wood chest. So if I take these, I can then... Oh, wait. I forgot. I do need another item from Blood Magic. That's going to be arcane ashes, which requires a Hellfire Forge, of all things, which I have yet to make, actually. So let's make a Hellfire Forge. It's going to be tin, bronze, a block of copper, and some smooth stone, which shouldn't be too bad. I think I've got all those at hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got my ores down here, block of copper. I've got some tin and bronze. Yeah, I've got bronze. So we should be all right and good to go with that. Let's see if we can make a Hellfire Forge. There we go, 1 Hellfire Forge, which I'm going to put at the entrance over here for now. I realize that this is not an ideal spot. I will be moving it once I, like I said, expand that out a bit more. Now, the Hellfire Forge is a crafting mechanic that requires fuel. And the fuel is specifically the, let's see, if I run back here, I can show you the Demonic Will, which you can actually store in Tartaric Gems. But for this, I'm just going to grab a piece of this, and we'll see how we make out. So Arcane Ashes. Recipe for this in a Hellfire Forge doesn't actually require any, as far as I'm aware, any of this stuff. So we're going to need some gunpowder, another piece of ash, some white dye powder, and some charcoal. Now, I did have some plants here, yellow, white daffodils. There we go. One of the white ones, if ground up, should give us some white powder, as well as a bit of wood. I take one of these. Actually, let's click and sort that. Toss it in here. Wait. That's going to make something else. Right, because if I toss it in there, it'll turn it into the charcoal. So instead, what I want is this here, and to take that off. There we go. So that's the first thing that comes through, and that should turn it into ash. Okay, my bad. Oh, speaking of, I have ash? I don't know. I thought that I already used it. Oh well, I now have another piece of ash. And I'm smelting up some more smooth stone because you can never have enough of this stuff. But we also need some kind of charcoal or coal, plus a bit of either redstone or ash. Well, I've got those. All right, so I just need the, let's see, piece of coal should be fine. And in fact, I've got 2 of the ash now, so I might as well put 1 away for now. Grab this out of here. There we go. I now have my white dye powder, and I should be able to make this work. Now, I almost crafted it up in a crafting grid. It doesn't work that way. So you take one of these in each spot. I'm not sure if it's specific to the location or not, but I guess we'll find out. Oh, I forgot the gunpowder. My bad. Let me go grab that real quick. Should be in my drops chest because I know I've got a bunch of that. There we go. 1 of those. Head back down and eat a little bit of grapes, get my fruit levels up. Gunpowder, there we go. And it just needs some kind of demonic will in there for it to actually function. And yes, it does actually require a specific order. So let's see, it's ash and gunpowder at the top. And it looks like it does actually have to be charcoal and not coal for this. Yeah, I can use coal if I have access to redstone, but I don't. So therefore, let's actually go get a bit of that, just to be sure. Yep, it does require charcoal. All right, fair enough. I'm going to toss in a few bits of wood into the clay kiln so that they can smelt up and create charcoal, because the recipe for that, as you may or may not know, low-grade charcoal into some regular charcoal. And I figure I might as well get a little bit extra out of this. There we go. I've got the one that I need. I'm just going to get some llama power to take care of this, and I'll be right back. So something I had not realized is that my llamas were actually working much more than I had anticipated. I had tossed a bunch of bone blocks up there, so I've got a ton of bone meal now. I also had tossed up there a bunch of wood some time ago, and I forgot, and I've got a ton more wood. Oof. In fact, I've got a lot. I even have a block of coal. So I'm doing pretty good. The llamas have been keeping up with things. Let's put this in here. And you can see it is now processing, using the demonic will to power it, which actually doesn't actually require any, just having it here accomplishes that. And I now have arcane ashes. Now if you look, you can hit U and see the use for these. The alchemy arrays is nothing that we can do at this point for binding. Now as far as a regular alchemy array, there's actually a ton of options, most of which are unfamiliar to you. If you look here, unfamiliar, etc. Now, if you continue on through the pages, though, eventually you'll find some that are useful, like a holding reagent. This is going to create a sigil of holding, which can be used to make a sigil of holding, which will hold more sigils. It's not really that useful at this point. Then you've got a compression reagent, which could be useful. You've got your elasticity reagent, which could be useful. That basically is like having a slime boots, but at the cost of blood, and it's rather expensive. But the blood lamp, this is what we're looking for, the blood lamp reagent. Now there's one here that uses a reinforced slate and a sigil of the blood lamp. So we need a blood lamp reagent. How do we do that? Well, we need a candle, torch, a couple pieces of ash. Luckily, I have some ash, and of course, it says here 0 will is required. But the candles themselves. Let's see if I can actually find one that's not colored. There we go, a white candle, which is going to be some kind of tallow or beeswax from rustic or better with mods, plus a piece of string of some sort. Should make us the candle we're looking for. And this is going to be really key. Now, where to find these? You have to go out into the world and explore a bit in order to locate those. But before that, I feel I should make the divination sigil, which is going to require a piece of ash, which I do have that in here, as well as the sigil itself. So let's do this. An arcane ash, put that down. Then you're going to want to take a piece of ash, and then of course, I do have a blank slate on me. Excellent, a blank slate. And then your work in progress symbol comes up. This has only recently been transported to 112. Folks, and so therefore you got to bear with them. But there you go. I now have a divination sigil. Now, the advantages of this, specifically in this pack, but also potentially outside of it, is that when I look at the altar, my Wela, or what am I looking at, now tells me how much its current capacity is, how much essence is in there, what tier it is, in the top left and on the central top. Now, alternately, if I look away and I just right-click, it says 400 LP. Well, wait a minute. Why does it say 400 LP instead of all those numbers? That's because that's how much is in basically my apprentice blood orb. So if I use this and I right-click this, there we go. I just donated some blood to the bank. It now has 600 LP. So every time that I do that, I'm donating a bunch of blood into the bank. So there we go. Now I click on it, 3,000 LP. And here's the cool thing, is that if I can make that blood lamp sigil, the sigil of the blood lamp, it uses like around 10 or 20. I think it's 20 per casting, and it's a ranged torch that doesn't get, you can't knock it out by like clicking on it. You have to place a block to destroy it. So it's really useful in a dark area. So here's what I'm thinking. One, I'm going to eat me some food and get my health back up, because I just kind of realized I didn't have any saturation after, kind of grinding things up. Two, I'm going to head out into the world and see if I can find myself a beehive or two that I can knock down and get myself some beeswax from. All right, so I was also thinking that something else that I need to do while I'm out and about, and that is grab myself a few items from the chicken coop, specifically because I want to be able to get another achievement here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to need 1, 2, and I just need some seeds, and that should be good too. Where's my seeds? Seeds and saplings. There we go. 1, 2. And with those and an altar setup that I already have, I should be able to summon myself a parrot, of all things. Not that I need one right now. Let me put this away. There we go. And put the ash away too. But, therefore, I can at least get that little achievement. And that's down here. I can't find a jungle. So if you can't find a jungle, this is actually a really, really simple. Reason being is that the, if I take the Necronomicon here and I click on it, the parrot summoning ritual only takes 100 potential energy. 100. That's like a few seconds of getting energy from those statues. Some feathers, seeds, and eggs. It's really, really good, really simple, and, well, it's going to be one of the achieves that we're going to go for. So let me grab my pony. We'll see about finding ourselves a beehive, and perhaps we'll end it with, heading out to get over to the our ritual area and getting a parrot at the end of the travel plans that I have. Aha! Alright, so I've already found our first thing here. Unfamiliar item from Rustic. And it is surrounded by a zombie. Hello! Bye! Well, that was convenient. Actually, I'll take those drops. So let's see about getting these items. This here. I think it just takes anything. You should be able to actually break it. And get yourself some items. I got honeycomb and a bee. Aw, I was really hoping to get myself something else, but if we smelt up the honeycomb, we can get some beeswax. I was hoping to get a little bit more than that. which means, oh, I see another one right now. That's kind of dumb luck right there. All right, let's grab this one and see if we can get some more. Oh, excellent. I've got 4 honeycomb and 2 bees. That's beautiful. All right, so I'm going to head back. I'll see about meeting you guys up on top of our little ritual area, and we'll get ourselves a parrot buddy to join us. All right, over to the ritual area. Whee! Bouncy boots for the win. It does make travel somewhat speedy. Now, if you go with this ritual here, yes, you do need to have 100 PE in your book, which I have more than that. But this is just a recommended. You don't have to have them in those exact spots. In fact, I'm going to demonstrate that I just put them in any old fashion. 1, 2, 3, 4. A couple of eggs, 1, 2, and a couple of seeds, 3, 4. There we go. Now I take your book, shift right click. It absorbs the energy from your book, which is great, and you get yourself that wonderful guttural voice from below. And poof, we've got ourselves a parrot. I didn't bring myself any seeds, which actually I did get the achieve though, so we now have a wild parrot just kind of floating around. And you know what? There we go. He was really easy to make. I could just make some more if I need to, but I think I'm going to let that guy just float around and have fun. All right, 2 honeycomb in the furnace should do it. Oh, hopefully, I only had 2 bits of coal in there, so hopefully that'll be enough. Nope. Oh, yeah, that should be enough for both. All right, cool. So that's 1 beeswax. Let me get the string real quick. Just 1 of those. Put these away because they're all drops anyway. There we go. 2 beeswax. Now I can just make myself that candle. Perfect. Then we can head over here and I just need a regular torch and a couple ash, which actually I think I might only have 1 ash, if any, right now. Let's take a look here. Yeah, I only have 1 ash, so let me grab another piece of wood. Toss that up there. Put this away. Put the white dye powder away. I don't need that at the moment. And what else did I need for that reagent here? 2 ash, 1 torch, and yeah, I've got torches and a candle. So we should be good to go. Which I realize now, I put this in here. Yep, and made a mistake. I was supposed to, yeah. I turned it into low-grade charcoal. Again, I did that. Gosh, knowing the difference between those is really difficult for me, apparently. Let's cook this up in here and go from there. There we go. Another piece of ash. Then we head down here. And it shouldn't actually require anything specifically, but let's see. 1 of those, a couple of those, and 1 of those. That is not working. So here's the problem. I was looking at the gem, and yeah, it's actually here. Minimum 200 will, and it will drain 10, which means that you need to have a minimum of 1 of these gems here, and they can only store 64. So you have to have had an upgraded gem. So this entire escapade here I did was by mistake. Yeah, I totally was hoping that was going to be a thing, but oh well, I guess I'm just going to make myself a whole lot of torches. So that's going to consist of using a lot of bone meal and grass to get a lot of plant drops like these plant fibers and making a bunch of those. But at the very least, I should be able to get myself a decent amount. I'm starting off with some. This isn't going to be very much, but I am going to need to make a whole lot more. So if I go with torches, I could probably make a bunch of stone torches, but yeah, I might as well just use the wood ones because it's an extra step to make those stone ones at this point. Alright, so I feel that probably should do. I mean, it's not as much as I would love to have, which is like stacks and stacks of torches at the very least. I was really hoping for that blood sigil. Oh, the blood lamp sigil. I'm so disappointed that I did not see that in my plans for the episode today. My apologies for those that were like screaming at the screen at this point saying, "No, you can't make that yet, Vallen." But hey, it happens. So now it's time to make myself some torches. There we go, a couple of stacks there, and a few more. That should last me for a little bit at least. I don't know if it's going to be enough. Like 2 and 3/4 stacks of stuff. I don't know, but I guess we'll find out. Oof. Anyway, let me grab myself some supplies and I'll be heading over to the portal and we'll go finally get into the beneath. Alright, so usually I'm an axe kind of guy, but in this case I'm going to go for the sword because I'm expecting groups of zombies and things coming at me. Alright, so let's head down here and I should be able to just kind of shift and right click, or it's just right click. I look down at it, I right click, and this is where I die. Okay, already off to a wonderful start. Oh my gosh. Alright, so let's get some torches up. Oh my gosh. Was not expecting this kind of spawn. Oh my gosh. This is terrible. We've got an abyssal creature spawner. Are you kidding me? Oh, wow. That was the best and worst spawn I could possibly have. Alright. Alright, so a few tries later and I was able to get through. It's not the best situation here. These guys really suck. But there was a chest over there and I'm very interested in actually getting to it. If possible, I could take a I'm worried that this is going to turn out very badly. No, they're there. Okay, so maybe I go around a little bit. I will let you guys know when I have safely reached the chest that I am pursuing. I doubt there's actually even going to be anything in it. Okay, finally got to the chest. I carved my way around. Oh, and I can see the shadow beast in the chest. As with everything in this freaking mod pack, it's empty. All the chests are empty. They're so disappointing. But I do now have a spawner that spawns shadow beasts. I don't think I'll ever have to worry about getting shadow beast well, gems ever again with this. Though it was a very harsh lesson. A very harsh lesson. So I'm kind of thinking, looking at my map, I'm in the middle of nowhere, and I wonder if that takes me to a different dimension looking thing. But what I'm thinking is I'm going to probably dig a stair step down and see where that takes me at this point. So this is going to be a bit. I will see you guys once I get somewhere. Oh, looks like I've found something, and it doesn't look like it's that far down either, surprisingly. Let's just do a bit of this little slime boot action here, just till I can get out into the darkness. That's kind of creepy, scary. Not at all. Yeah. Let's put torches on either side and start building my stairway here. There we go, and we're out into a very wide open grand space. Let's get a weapon on here, and in fact I'm gonna put, oh boy, the shield on one side and the torch on the other. I think it's more important to have torches at this point. Oof. Alright, so now I need to look around for ores. Specifically, if I look on here, quartz. Travel to the bottom of the beneath dimension to find black quartz. And I do find marble. It's quartz marble. Oh, there's mushrooms. Oh, there's quartz. I see it. And maybe it's a little simpler to find than I had thought. Oh, that's a bit of a stair step. It's not too bad, though. Actually, this is really good. Really, really good. This is a very easy stair step. Let's do this. I have yet to see any mobs. It's really creeping me out. Besides those ones from the spawner up there. Oh, I see one. There's one over there. My view distance is very limited. Not sure what you guys have access to, but there we go. Black quartz ore. Did that give me the achievement? No, I guess I need to smelt that or something. Use it, crushed black quartz in a millstone, and then I smelt that to get black quartz. Alright, so I have to process it in order for that to happen. But I do want a bit more of it than just 2 pieces. Reason being is that black quartz has a lot of uses. One, it's got a really good armor. I mean, right now, bronze chestplate 4, this has 6. 6, 5, wait, what is it? 3, 6, 5, 3. And this is 2, 4, 5. And of course, my slime boots are not coming off anytime soon. But this black quartz sword can be used in the blood altar to make a dagger of sacrifice if I so desired, but I don't think I really need that right now. Though I just want some more black quartz for now. So I might tour around looking for some. Oh, I see a bunch of spiders just spawned in. Oh, and here comes a Dootin skeleton. Let's do this, buddy. And they have a lot more health and armor or something going on. He didn't even drop his deuter. That's kind of crap. Kind of crap. Okay. Oh boy, that's bad. That's bad. That's the phantoms. You can see these. They're the shadows. There, you can see these invisible dudes. And they're gonna try and like reach for me. Get out of here, skeleton. Gosh. They're gonna try and like knock me into the darkness. Ah! Stop that. You have... Oh, I see him. There he is. See, I can't even hurt him. Get out of here. Take more light. Yeah, they don't like light. That much I do know. They don't care for fire either, but I don't exactly have a lot of options for fire. Jeez. I think that they spawned in a group here or something. Yeah, he's not very happy. Oh my gosh! I got grabbed! Okay. He's not happy. Here, take some more light. Yeah, where are you going, buddy? I've got light everywhere. As long as you keep your path lit, you should be alright. I mean, yeah, I did get grabbed, and they'll pull you into the darkness, but it's not necessarily going to be the end of things. Unless, of course, they pull you into some kind of shadow beast spawner, in which case things would be bad. So, till then, though, I'm just going to get myself some more of this quartz ore. Yeah. So some people might view this dimension as kind of a waste. Thing is, as you progress, more ores will become available. But as it is right now, I think there's only like 2 ores that are going to be available in here, and that is specifically, let's actually get me some food. I just realized I don't have any food. The black quartz and I think aquamarine. But later on, you'll find other ores, you know, as you unlock them. I see some over here. Let's head this way. So it's not entirely a waste, but you can come back to it in the future and get yourself plenty of other ores. It essentially becomes a mining dimension of sorts. Oh, and no, this I realize now that there are other ores. Any that I've already unlocked. In fact, like tin and copper, coal. Those all have a possibility of spawning a vein of stuff, and therefore I can find them. Oh, there's a zombie. Hello, haven't seen one of you in a bit. Anyway, I feel like that was a pretty good haul. I mean, I've got over a stack of black quartz ore at this point. I got myself some other like armor drops from all the mobs that I was killing, but I feel it's pretty good so far. Short of that little setback at the beginning, and before that when I couldn't make the lamp that I wanted to make, but I think I'll be all right. Now I just need to eat a little food, and then head back to the portal, and we'll see you guys there. Home sweet home. Now just to go smelt up a little bit of that ore, get the achieve, and call it good. Oh, you know what? I actually need to grind it up. So let's just put 1 in here so I can at least get the achieve this way. I might as well do this because this way I can get my nutrition back up since I lost all of it with those dark shadow beast spawner. Jeez. There we go. 1 crushed black quartz. Now I just need to smelt this up. It looks like I can put it on a stone grill as well, so let's do just that. I will smelt that up proper. And then once it comes through, I should get the achievement for it. There we go, black quartz. Par for the quartz. All that just for that 1 achieve. Oh, I think that there are going to be some stumbles at this point where I may end up going a little bit forward, a little bit backwards. At the very least, I like that I was able to get the parrot. This one here is going to be difficult. Search for aquamarine. Travel to the beneath dimension and search the top of the caves for aquamarine ore. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. That means going back into there and finding some along the ceiling. So I think we'll do that another day. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, even though it was a little bit, you know, hit and miss. Nonetheless, I had a good time. So if you did enjoy, be sure to give a like, comment, subscribe, and as always, be sure to, you know, spread the mischief to others if you think that they'll enjoy this content too. Until next time, folks, I'll see ya. Bye.